talking about Tomas as well as what was the girl name? I think I wrote it down. Hold on, let me see. Allison. She ends up saying she thought that Allison. She said she thought that Allison and Craig, saw something in her or something like that. But that wasn't the thing. She wanted Allison for herself or whatever. Well, yeah, they started talking about that. Then they ended up talking about Tomas. And she was saying that nobody's gonna tell her how to feel about Eva. She had a point though, cause she was saying how people just making it seem like she don't like Eva for no reason, and she has a valid reason to not like her. I said true, but she going too far. She going too far. She still on today's episode. She still was over here trying to say that Eva is the one who ran Laura off the road. And I said, somebody did y'all see that? I think it was on Facebook. Somebody made what did they say? Madeline Cat. They said Madeline Cat, and I think they had her in the Velma outfit off of Scooby Doo. I said, y'all crazy. But it's two things I wanted to point out before we continue with this review. One, on TikTok, they were saying somebody had uploaded a photo of Samantha, the lady that plays Samantha, and the lady that plays Jessica, and they put them side by side, and they was like, they think that they gonna do a storyline where they're related, because they were saying how Samantha and Terrell adopted or whatever, so they could very much be related. And I was like, they did on that photo. If y'all see it, dog, I think I saved it. If I saved it, I'm gonna try to include a link on the YouTube tab, y'all, so y'all can see it, the YouTube community tab. But I said they definitely look alike. They did on that photo at least. But yeah, the second thing is that somebody said that Tomas is plotting to take down Bill. I don't know how true that is, but yeah, those are the two things that they said so far, y'all. But to finish with Kat and Chelsea, they was just talking about Tomas and the fact that he seems to be Team Eva and he wants her to feel some type of way about it. And she was still saying how, nobody's gonna change her mind about it, no matter how much she liked Tomas. And what else? Chelsea ended up saying, regardless, you still related to Eva. Y'all still excuse me, y'all still have siblings just like they have cousins. I said, just say cousins. Just say cousins, just say siblings. But yeah, that's how they was talking about when Tomas showed up. Tomas and Kat was talking about Eva again. Still talking about Eva, but then eventually they started to ask each other questions and get to know each other. And they both agreed that they would feel how they feel about Eva separately. It was something else. What else? Let me see. Hold on, y'all. It was something else. I can't remember what else they was talking about. It was something else, y'all, but I did not write it down. Tomas, Bill, Haley. So Bill was just questioning Tomas about the meeting. Y'all know, if y'all been watching, that he wants him to spy on the ladies that, they excuse me. He wanted Tomas to spy on the ladies and give him information, and he ends up saying how Haley didn't agree with that or whatever. Then they was going back and forth about that, and Tomas ends up saying he'll give him the information or whatever. And I was like, oh no, it's something about that, but we'll see. And another thing I said about that, what was the dude? I still don't remember dude's name. Remember the dude that got fired? What was his name, y'all? I can't remember what that dude's name was, but I feel like he coming back. I feel like he gonna come back. With Anita and Tracy, they was talking about the past, and Vernon was trying to help, but they was just having a disagreement. And they every time they got close to saying what Anita did, either they got interrupted or they got sidetracked. Anita acted like she was gonna get ready to say what she did or whatever, but then she just started talking about the concert again. Tracy ended up agreeing that she would do it if she convinces Sharon to do it or whatever. But yeah, Tracy wanted to continue talking about the past and what happened and just lay it all out there. But Anita was like, yeah, I have you excuse me. She basically showed her the door. She basically showed her the door, whatever. And I was like, what she don't want to say out loud. And even when she was having a conversation with Vernon, she was telling him how she used to be ruthless back in the day and she didn't care who she hurt or whatever, but she still haven't said what she did. Now they said she left the group. They said something about Dante Green. I feel like it's about Dante Green. Something about this Dante Green dude gonna come out. But yeah, cause they keep mentioning him or whatever. So I'm assuming down the line they're gonna cast him. But yeah, every time she got close to saying what she did to them or whatever happened to her, whatever the case may be, she don't say it. She don't say it. I've been waiting on her to say it too. But yeah, that's all that happened with them. And Vernon was just trying to encourage her and let her know that she's not the same person. You know, that was the past, and he knew her back then. She wasn't like that. He was like, and she was like, "But you didn't work with me or whatever." But yeah, he was just comforting her. But Tracy did agree by the end of their scene that she was gonna do it if Anita could convince Sharon to do it. But she also said that she was gonna talk to Sharon on her behalf. So we'll see how that plays out, y'all. I feel like maybe when Sharon comes, she's gonna be the one to say what Anita did. But yeah, y'all know the part where we waiting on. The part that we waiting on, I'm gonna say that for last. The Bill and Haley situation. We're gonna say that for last, y'all. Jessica and Samantha, they was talking about Terrell or whatever. He ends up coming down to help her with her work, and then they finally kiss. They end up kissing. And once again, if you just tuning in, people said that they thinking that they gonna do a storyline where they were related or whatever. And I said it wouldn't be the first time, because remember if you watch General Hospital, you know that didn't Sasha and Cody, they had at first. Now I will say at first when they showed them kiss, I was like, well, they ain't gonna make them related now. But then I thought about General Hospital. Cody and Sasha was kissing too, but they made them cousins. So we'll see, y'all. But yeah, people are saying that Samantha, Terrell, and Jessica gonna be related, but we'll see down the line. Like I said, they finally end up kissing. Jessica, not Jessica, I don't mix the girls up. Samantha ended up seeing it, but she left. And that's how they happened with them. Smitty and Martin. I said, Martin stay lying. Martin be lying like it ain't nothing. He came up with that lie so fast. I said, that you know doggone well. If he a reporter, he not gonna believe you, and he did not believe him. I was like, how he come up with that lie so fast? So Smitty was questioning him. He was getting all emotional and stuff, and he was like, something Bill said has him concerned or whatever. And he was like, what did he say? And he was like, he suggested that he knows something that he don't know about him and it's dangerous. So he over here talking about, no, you got played. You got played or whatever. That's what he do. He's one of the top lawyers. I said, he's so full of crap. He's like, he's one of the top lawyers or whatever. He just wanted to have basically use Smitty or have what they say to have him at his disposal or something like that. I said, how you come up with that like that? He talking about some you got played or whatever, but they already showed Friday at the end of the episode. Martin's supposed to go confront Bill at the club where they at now. He's supposed to go confront him. He's supposed to walk in clapping and stuff or whatever. And then he's like, just because I did something bad or horrible that one night, and he's telling him, mind your manners, you out in public or whatever. He's still talking. And I say, at this point, you want to get caught. But after Smitty and Martin talked about it or whatever, he ended up kissing him. I think he kissed him on the forehead or whatever. And then he left. He said something about he had to go do something about work. And Smitty had this look on his face where it shows that he don't believe him and he finna get to digging. He might as well just been honest right then and there, because he about to find out one way or another. Either Bill gonna tell, he gonna overhear a conversation, or he just gonna continue to investigate it. He gonna be the one to find out. I told y'all. I'm calling it now. Smitty's gonna be the one to find out what it is. Smitty is definitely gonna be the one to find out, because he just keep playing in this man's face or whatever. Then I be feeling like I think the first or second time I did a review on this, I was saying Smitty seemed more into Martin than Martin is into him. Maybe Smitty was on the case back then. You never know. Maybe he was on the case back then, and that's why he got with him. You never know, because he does seem more into Martin than Martin seems into him. But we'll see. Kat and Tomas, like I said, they was just talking about Eva and everything, and she was just asking him questions, and they was like getting to know each other better. But once again, I say he wants Eva more than anything, but we still don't know. We're gonna learn, I guess, down the line more about him though. Haley and Bill. I said I was gonna say that for last. Let me see. That might be it. Let me see. Anita Vernon. We already talked about Anita and Vernon. He was supporting her. Yeah. The last thing. Oh, I forgot to put Chelsea in quotations. Where my pen at? I forgot to put. Let me make sure I put Chelsea down there. Haley, Bill, Chelsea. So they was just sitting down, and she just going on and on, and she sounded like, I don't know if she was trying to convince him that he works too much or what. Then she started talking about the galley and how they don't treat her this way and that way. I said, she always complaining. Every time we see her, she complaining. She don't know what she want. One minute she saying don't do this, then she encouraging him to do that. But and I was like, how she get pregnant that fast? I know it don't take that long. Well, in certain cases it don't take that long. But I was like, she full of baloney. She is full of crap. She's up to something. I don't know, y'all. She might not be. I'm just talking. But yeah, so she was just telling him, and he was like, "What's this about?" Because she kept complaining and stuff, bringing up stuff. So he's like, "What's this really about?" So then he was like, "Get some." I don't know if he said wine or champagne or what. And she was like, no, I can't drink that. And she was like, I didn't want to tell you this like this, but we're having a baby. I'm pregnant or whatever. So he was happy or whatever. And that's when Chelsea came in. She's like, tell me I didn't hear. Well, I think I heard or whatever. And Haley was like, did you think this was just a fling that he was going to go back to mama or whatever, your mother or whatever? She said. And I don't think they went back to that scene after that. But once again, if you didn't see the promo for this week's episode, some type of way Danny's gonna find out. I don't know if she's gonna walk up then and she's gonna find out there, but I know when they're gonna be at their place, Danny gonna be telling her to take a pregnancy test. If you're not lying, if you got nothing to hide, then take a pregnancy test or whatever. I said she could take a pregnancy test and she could be pregnant, but that don't mean it's be a baby. And even if it is be a baby, she's still hiding something. I said she's still hiding something. I'm saying, like, I'm gonna just throw it out there that she either not pregnant or she pregnant by somebody else, or no, I take that back. I think she up to something. That's the one thing I can say for sure. She's up to something. I don't know what it is, but she definitely up to something. I was saying that she was slipping him something to make him sick, but I don't know, y'all. But yeah, she was over here complaining. So I said every time we see her, she complaining about this and that. If you don't like it, stay at the house. He tried to convince her to stop working or whatever. She said she didn't want to do that. Now she complaining about Gallus and all this other stuff. But yeah, that's all that happened. The highlight of this episode is finding out that Haley was pregnant, allegedly. We don't know for sure. But Danny's supposed to tell her to take a pregnancy test. I was like, Danny, stay out of it. Stay out of it, girl. But yeah, let me make sure. Haley tells Bill they're having a baby. Chelsea overheard Vernon and Tracy. Yeah. That's it. That's all. Nothing too much happened on this episode, y'all. Stay tuned for the next review. Until next time, this is how girl rest of the day. Be safe.